In the beautiful city of Verona, two powerful families had been bitter enemies for generations. Their endless hatred filled the streets with fear, violence, and revenge. But fate was about to unite two young hearts and create the greatest love story ever told. The Prince of Verona stopped the fighting and warned both families never to spill blood again. Romeo wandered alone with a broken heart, still grieving his lost love. That evening, his friends convinced him to attend the Capulet masquerade, where fate was waiting for him. Disguised behind a mask, Romeo quietly entered the grand Capulet masquerade. Amid the music and celebration, his eyes fell upon the beautiful Juliet for the very first time. At that moment, fate brought two strangers together. Unaware, they belonged to rival families. Juliet noticed the mysterious young man across the ballroom, and their eyes met for the very first time. As they danced together, the world around them seemed to disappear. In that magical moment, they fell deeply in love without knowing they were born into enemy families. Romeo and Juliet shared their first hug, believing fate had brought them together. Moments later, they discovered to the Montague and Capulet families, sworn enemies for generations, their hearts filled with sorrow, yet neither could imagine a life without the other. That night, Romeo secretly climbed into the Capulet garden, unable to forget Juliet. Standing on her balcony beneath the stars, Juliet confessed the love growing in her heart. Hidden below, Romeo stepped forward, and together, promised their love would never fade. Romeo and Juliet vowed to spend their lives together, despite the hatred between their families. With the blessing of Friar Lawrence, they were secretly married in a quiet chapel. For the first time, they believed their love might finally bring peace to Verona. Friar Lawrence watched the newlyweds with hope, believing their union could finally end the long-standing feud. But that hope faded when Tybalt confronted Romeo and challenged to a duel. To everyone's surprise, Romeo refused to fight, choosing peace over violence. Mercutio stepped forward and accepted Tybalt's challenge to defend Romeo's honor. The duel ended in tragedy as Mercutio was fatally wounded before Romeo's eyes. Overcome with grief and rage, Romeo could no longer hold back his anger. Consumed by grief, Romeo challenged Tybalt and defeated him in a fierce duel. The Prince of Verona banished Romeo from the city for taking Tybalt's life, When Juliet learned the devastating news, her heart was torn between love and family. Juliet struggled between her love for Romeo and her loyalty to her family. Meanwhile, Romeo took refuge in Friar Lawrence Monastery, hiding from the city's wrath. Before dawn, the two lovers shared one final night together, knowing they would soon be separated. As the sun rose, Romeo bid heartbreaking farewell and left Verona in exile. Soon after, Juliet's parents announced that she would marry Paris. With unwavering courage, Juliet refused the arranged marriage, determined to remain faithful to Romeo. Furious at Juliet's refusal, her parents demanded that she obey their wishes. Desperate and out of options, Juliet sought help from Friar Lawrence. He gave her a sleeping potion and revealed a daring plan to reunite her with Romeo. Juliet bravely drank the sleeping potion, trusting Friar Lawrence's plan. The next morning, her family found her motionless and believed she had died. As sorrow spread across Verona, the city gathered to mourn the young noble woman. Friar Lawrence sent a letter to Romeo, revealing that Juliet was still alive. But fate intervened, and the message never reached him. Instead, Romeo received the heartbreaking news that Juliet had died. Heartbroken, Romeo rushed back to Verona to see Juliet one last time. He entered the silent tomb and found her lying motionless before him. Believing she was truly gone, Romeo drank poison and closed his eyes forever. Lifeless beside her, and her heart shattered with grief, their love ended in tragedy. But their story would live on forever.